Please allow me to introduce myself. I'm a man of wealth and taste. I've been around for a long, long year. Oh, so many a man stole his fate. I was around when Jesus Christ had his moment and died with a pain. I made damn sure that Pilate washed his hands and sealed his fate. Pleased to meet you, hope you guess my name. Hey, what's in you, it's just the nature of my game.
Oh, the rain is pouring down through the city. Oh, you look so pretty. Well, I found love by the mercy. I found love by the mercy.
Hi guys, I'm Vicky B and this is Susie, aka Songbird. We are pleased to meet you, TV, and tonight we are in the Red House, Caverswall, and we are joined by the fantastic Harry Holmes.
Hiya. We've got all these angles, haven't we? This is it. Got to take advantage, haven't you?
Hi Harry, how are you?
I'm alright, thank you, Sam.
Yeah, good. So we're excited to have you here today, but actually I've met Harry before. So
Okay.
I met him at a competition. He entered a competition, he was absolutely fantastic and he won 5k and he went and blew it, didn't you? Tell us you blew it.
No, don't get me wrong, I got my car
Tell us,
insurance.
Harry, what did you
I got my
spend
car
on?
insurance out the way, but what are you going to do when you're like, I was 20, I was at uni, right? And you know, you're going to go out with your mates, you're going to go out like, you know, you fancy that nice jacket, why not? You know what I mean? It's like, if
Did
you're
you
out
have
gigging.
all of the jackets then, Harry? All of them?
Not all of it. And to be fair, I like to take away as well. Don't get me wrong. I was in this kitchen. I was in this shared sort of accommodation, and the people that I was living with, obviously shared kitchen, didn't keep it that nice. So obviously, I had a lot of takeaways. So,
Yeah,
but I wasn't like, oh no, the kitchen's dirty again. Better get another pizza. Like, yeah, I wasn't feeling bad about it, but yeah, no, a lot of money went, but yeah, no, why not?
Impressive.
Yeah.
So that's
Yeah.
So that takes me to my first question. So when I met you, we were actually judging a competition for, like I say, and Harry was the winner. I was judging with Pete Waterman, and Harry blew us away. He was a solo act, and one of my questions is, what happened to make you want to do this, Harry? Did you always intend on being in a solo act? Tell us your story.
I've always been surrounded by music. All my family have been able to sing or play some sort of instrument. Like my uncles can play organ. Well, they always had an organ, but they could play piano, organ, guitar, and sing as well. Like my cousin, one of my cousins is really good. He was in music as well. Obviously, he's a bit older than me. I'm the youngest in my family, but so I've always been surrounded by it. 2 years old, I picked up a ukulele. 4, picked up a guitar. Don't get me wrong, I mean, my dad's over there, and he'll vouch for me. My arm was always like over like this. I couldn't reach over the string. But I've always had a guitar in my hands. In terms of a solo act, I got into like really like sort of Guns N' Roses and sort of like, you know, rock and roll, you know, make like, you know, turn the amp up at home and all that. And I remember the Academy of Sound in Hanley. They used to have advertisements for bands. I remember being about 14 and I remember applying. I actually emailed one band and I was like, oh, whatever can I play? Didn't hear back from them, and I thought, yeah, 14, looking back obviously in hindsight, 14-year-olds, you know what, like a, you know, fully grown men turning up and the lead guitarist like some 14-year-old that's got like go bed at 8 o'clock, whatever, but you know what I mean.
Like the modern day Hanson.
Yeah, like modern day Hanson. But so I thought, you know what, I was 14, then I turned 15, and I thought to myself, you know what can I do where I can play music? And obviously I thought maybe I've got a good enough voice to sing or and play anywhere or whatever. So I put some feelers out and I went every bar, every place I could go, did charity events, all that. When you start out, like, just anything's best, you know, like you'll play anything, wouldn't you?
Yeah.
So I was putting all the feelers out and I just got in some bars and some pubs, and it was really weird. We'd go in and it'd be like, well, you're 15, mate. Some of them would be like, no, you won't be able to do this. And I was like, no, but as soon as he heard me, it just sort of went from there. but yeah, no, I sort of fell into that sort of realm of being on my own. But like I have previously, you know, got experience with session musicians and stuff like that. But yeah, I like being on my own. It's nice. I can just rely on myself. It's best for band practice anyway, because I just have to sort it myself.
Isn't it, to be out there on your own?
I mean, I've always wondered, like, you know, I've always thought as long as I'm enjoying myself, like, don't get me wrong, you know, obviously I want to please everyone I'm playing for, but like, I've thought if I'm enjoying myself and I'm getting a good reaction, everyone's having a good time, what, you know, you can't beat it, can you? So
Why not?
yeah, why not? Exactly. So
In terms of collaborations then, have you worked with any bands? Have you actually performed as part of a band before?
Yeah, so my mates from uni, I had them as a session band. So we played a few shows. We did the Cavern. It was a sold out. Yeah, I love the Cavern, but did a sold out show. It was tied to like some like end of year uni sort of thing. But yeah, it was the end of year, and everyone's, you know, got a ticket and stuff like that. So we all played that, and it's just fun, especially when it's with your mates as well. Like, do you know what I mean? You just turn and you're just having a laugh with everyone. But so I did a show there. I did Hangar 34 with my mates, and then obviously I've gone and you know, with me being at uni, you know, doing songwriting and studying like just a BA music course, but like specified songwriting. Yeah, we had like a brief, and it'd be like, right, go work with this person, go work with that person. So I've written songs before with other people, but never anything that's been released. For example, one of my mates, we wrote a song for the Welsh national football team, because obviously, you know, you get like the English ones, like, you know, it's coming home and all this, and my mate was Welsh, so we were like, you know, sod it, we'll do something different, we'll do a Welsh one, but it wasn't in Welsh, but I thought it was catchy enough, but we never released it. But yeah, I've collaborated before with
You've got any
other
Welsh
people.
blood then, or?
No, I've got we've got Irish. My nan's side, they're like they're descended from like Southwest Ireland. They were all like travellers and stuff like that. So that's pretty cool. But maybe a bit of Scottish.
Support the Welsh team and get that out there.
Yeah. I mean, if the song came out, I'd be like, oh yeah, I'm so Welsh. You know what I mean? Like, yeah, go follow the song, guys. You know, come on for the homeland. You know what I mean? But no, as English as Stokey as they come, to be fair. Yeah, no, if Stokey went independent Stoke-on-Trent went independent as a nation, I'd I'd definitely be a Stokey over English. But yeah, that's how it is. But
Stokey.
Yeah.
What would you say is the best experience about this job then?
I think just doing it. I think just having fun from just going to places and knowing that people are coming and
just seeing people
and just having fun in it.
cheering
I
you
think
on.
you've got the best. It's not even like in a personal way. It's just like, you know, you're playing and you're having fun and you're making someone's evening. They're not bothered if they're like watching, like, you know, you're not Ed Sheeran, you're not Elton John, you're not. Do you know what I mean? It's just they're happy that they're out and they're enjoying live music, and it's nice to see that, and it's nice to see that people are having fun and stuff. And I think, yeah, that's the best part of the job, is like, you know, giving people some sort of joy, even if it's a night out or whatever. Like, I've played weddings and stuff, and people have, you know, always the couples and the newlyweds, they always come up and say, oh God, remember all this, and it was great, and everyone just, they loved it, and it's great, and stuff like that. Just, it's nice, isn't it? It's like, it's nice to hear, isn't it? Yeah, it's nice to make, you know, you made someone's evening, even if it is just for 5 minutes or whatever, if they come in and you go.
But I love that you like that as well, because that is like the foundation of it all. You know, it's like initially you kind of want to like perform in front of people, and when you still enjoy that, you're not talking about the followers or the money or do you know how popular you can get. It's just
I'd live in a shed.
based,
This is what I mean. I'd live in a shed in Stoke-on-Trent.
Yeah, you're just happy to entertain, and that's the best experience for you, and that's wicked.
Yeah, 100%. I mean, I'm not. Don't get me wrong. It'd be nice if I earned a few quid, as it would with anything. But I mean, like, I'm just more bothered about, I don't know, just. I want to play to a lot of people. That's all the main thing I want to do. I want to play to like a load of people, see everyone just buzzing, and then just come off and be like, all right, cool. Well, go get a kebab or something. Never make some dosh. It's great, but like, do you know what I mean? It's the simple
Harry,
things.
Tell me about your favourite Beatle, and why is it Paul McCartney?
Like I said, I studied my degree and I was in Liverpool. And I studied at Paul McCartney's, well, Sir Paul McCartney's.
So let's get it
Sir
right.
Paul McCartney. But I always forget this. So basically, when you go to Lipa, there's like this thing where you can call him Uncle Paul. So I'm always been like, oh yeah, Uncle Paul. Yeah, it's cool, isn't it? So anyone who's been is like, oh, it's Uncle Paul. But like, yeah. So that's why I always forget the Sir. But what was that? Uncle? No, Sir. Yeah. So, but yeah, I went to his school in Liverpool. Studied there for 4 years. I mean, I was a big Beatles fan anyway before. Like, yeah, I mean, I didn't. Yeah, well, how can you not like the Beatles? Like, it's just ridiculous.
Never
It's like
trust anyone who
foundations.
doesn't like the Beatles. That's what it is.
No, but it's foundations of like pop music, like not like just the everyday grind. They did everything, don't they? Do you know what I mean? They're the first to conquer everything. So, don't know how you can. Yeah. Anyway, but like, I love Paul McCartney. I love all the Beatles. When I was 13, I went to the Beatles Story down on Albert Docks.
Yeah.
And I didn't know of Lipa, and it was actually my granddad that pointed it out. And then I was like, okay, oh, I'll never get in there. Ended up going, and and I met Sir Paul, Uncle Paul, through obviously going there, and just genuinely. Like, I mean, I always tell people if I bump into like sort of Beatles fans, I'm always like, you know what? They're like, oh, what's he like? What's he like? We know you met him. I'm like, do you know what? He's the most genuine, nice, down to earth, humble. He's got nothing to prove, has he? Do you know what I mean? He's done it all. Like he's got.
You know, the Beatles are very much in your soul. You can really love Liverpool, don't you?
Yeah. I am tied with it. I was thinking about this the other day. Obviously, like I thought, obviously I've got to see you two, and I thought it's going to come up, obviously Liverpool and stuff, and I thought, well, I've been at an early age. I think I had one of my first dates in Liverpool. I got a train up. I remember being like, oh my god, I'm going to Liverpool. I passed my driving test in Liverpool. It's where I moved out when I was first ever moved out. Like, do you know what I mean? It's like massive sort of key moments in my life have happened there, and
spiritual home, I think, isn't it?
yeah, it's like it's a home away from home. It's definitely like, you know, I love Stoke, but it's Liverpool's my second. I've always got a fond place in my heart for it, but yeah, I love Liverpool. Yeah.
That probably leads on to my next question then. Can you pick one gig that's just stood out to you? Just like one gig.
The thing is, I've done loads, and it's all for different reasons why. The two that in the top of my head is like, I played for Coronation Street's private party. They had a summer party, and I played. It was like all
you telling me
so
that,
so it was. So that was like cool, not like everyone from like all the cast from Corrie and all the crew were there. And it's all very sort of private, hush hush. I couldn't really promote it either, because like I could only promote it and say I've done it after. But it was like, I couldn't be like, oh, I'm playing here. But that was really cool. But I think the Cavern like ties with the Liverpool stuff. The Cavern, playing my own songs, and like, you know, hearing like, you know, people that have come watch me sing, you know, my words back to me and stuff like that. It's special, and especially with your mates on, you know, all around you, and they're just having a laugh and having fun. So special moments. So I'll probably say the Cavern, to be honest with you.
Cool.
So when you're chilling out, what kind of songs would you find in your playlist?
I'm very eclectic. I am so weird with my music. I can go from, I mean, I'm a big fan of Elvis. I wrote my dissertation on Elvis.
Taking care of business?
Yeah, taking care of business. But like, no, I can go from anything from Elvis. That was like an early inspiration for me alongside the Beatles. It can go from anything from country. I'm a big country nut. I love country music. I mean, I think that stems from my uncle and just being an acoustic guitarist.
I was going to say,
I always think storytelling. I'm more as a songwriter. I like storytelling.
You like to get a good meaning.
It's got to mean something to me. It can't just be like, all right, fall to the floor and there's a hooky chorus. Do you know what I mean? Like, but yeah, no, it can be anything from Elvis, the Beatles, to sort of Post Malone. I really like Post Malone. I think he's a bit, obviously, like I said, it's quite eclectic my taste, but like, you know, it goes from one end to the other. But it just can be anything. I like the Eagles. Anything really. It can be different every day. Like I'm sure giving my dad an headache. I'm sure he's thinking, what, you know, what am I into today? But it can be a bit like that. I love my music in general, but yeah, normally I think recently at the minute it's sort of been like Elvis at the minute and a bit of country music, but yeah, I do like Post Malone and pop, Ed Sheeran as well, like Justin Bieber, anything like that. I mean, who doesn't like pop music? Do you know what I mean? I know it's in the charts, but you know, you kind of get hooked, don't you?
Yeah.
If you hear it enough times, you're like, oh yeah. But,
and sometimes, you know, I mean, that kind of leads on to my next question. It kind of clashes in a way. It's like I was going to ask, like, who are your major influences? So there's people that you listen to and you love, like Elvis and you know, Ed Sheeran. But is there anybody that you've thought, I want to be like them? Or is there just something in you that just thinks, I just want to be me, you know?
Yeah, I'd probably say the sort of latter, because I think the best thing you can do is be yourself. I don't want to like sort of try and be someone. I think if you be someone else, it just doesn't come off well, does it? It's like a bad representation. You're only going to be the best you are. So yeah, I think, you know, I'm Harry Holmes, I'm from Stoke. I like to sing, I play my guitar. You know, I'm going to play some songs you like, I'm going to play some of my own stuff, you know what I mean? It's just like, you know, this is sort of my stories and whatever, and my songs and whatever. I hope you like them, and I think that's the best way you can be, really.
Yeah.
It's like, if people like it, you're always going to get people, you know, it's opinionated music is, so you're always going to get people that don't like it. I'm not that I've had any sort of hate mail or anything like that, but it's just like, but you know what I mean? I'm not hearing anyone go, oh Harry, you're whatever, you're rubbish you are, but like, do you know what I mean? You're not going to please everyone, but you know, as long as you know you're being yourself, I think you'll come off better if you're yourself. But,
Yeah. No, definitely.
don't get me wrong, I wish I was as cool as Elvis. Like, no one's ever going to be as cool as Elvis or the Beatles, do you know what I mean? And I wish I could take a little bit of that, but you just got to be yourself. You best be yourself.
Yeah, and that's, you know, we like the fact that you are unique, and we see that you have all these influences like the Beatles or Ed Sheeran, and that's just why we want to get to who actually do you want to be, and that's just you.
Yeah.
That's
And the
just
real
Harry.
question I have actually is, what I really want to know is, what's your most rock and roll experience? Are you wanted in any towns? See, I
Good
hear that
night.
you may have shot a member of the one.
Yeah, no, yeah. Well, I mean, like, I know, like, obviously, years and years. I've been nearly doing this for 10 years. I'll play everywhere. You don't turn your nose up at anything. I think that's like a major thing. You've got it. You're never too good for anything. You know, and it like, it's exposure at the end of the day, isn't it? But so I've met a lot of people over the years. Like I said, I've done the Corrie thing. Been out, been to parties with like Simon Gregson, who was just on I'm a Celeb and stuff, and like we know them. In fact, he was going to take me out for my birthday, but obviously COVID happened. But yeah, I did shoot. I shot. So
that's why
again,
I asked if you were wanted in the area. You see.
Yeah. Well, I see the word. Yeah, I see the word play there. But yeah. So obviously the same circles as like Simon Gregson and all that. I go up to Salford. I play a venue in Salford, and I've grown to sort of like know a few people, and you know, I've been going up there for like 7-8 years now. So I've done like people's parties or whatever off that, and you know, offshoots of other gigs stemming from this one. And then one gig they said, oh yeah, Max is here, you know, do you want me to introduce to Max? I was like, I'm playing that, and to be honest with you, I didn't know who they were on about. It could have been Max Verstappen, you know what I mean? I was like, it's like Max who? Like, Max George. I was like, no way. Now, I used to go on football tours and used to listen to like The Wanted and all this, like Gold Forever and all that. Like, that was like our like tune for like our football tour. I know there's be a few lads that'll be like, don't tell them that. But like, you know, like, don't tell me like The Wanted, but no. They were cool, so I was like, oh my god, Max George is here. So, like anything, I like, you know, he's been in the industry and he's done it all, and he's played like Wembley, he's done everything. He's had like tunes and charts in America and stuff. So I said to him, like, you know, and it was at this private do, and it was very friendly, very whatever. And I went up to him and said, hi, nice to meet you. My name's Harry. I said, you know, can I ask you can I have 5 minutes of your time just to talk to you about the industry and whatever, because I always want to learn from people. Like, just you've got to take a bit.
Of course,
it's not in a way like I want to.
Yeah,
I don't want to. I'm not like Nick. I don't want to like take his soul or anything. Do you know what I mean? Like, give me all your trade secrets. But I just wanted like know anything that I could pick up on. What am I doing right? What did you like about my set? What did you think I could improve on? Anything. I mean, he's in the know, isn't he? So, so he was like, oh, don't worry about it. He's like, I won't give you 5 minutes. He's like, give us a lift home. I'll give you all night. And bless, I mean, you were driving with Dad. My dad's in the corner, but Dad, you were driving that night, and you had to work next morning, and I felt so sorry for you.
Were you the getaway driver?
He was the getaway driver. So we ended up dropping him off because I think he was in LA at the time. He was living out there, so we dropped him off at his mum's house. He's like, you coming in for a drink? We've got a bar in the back. He's like, play some of your songs and I'll whatever, and you listen to mine, whatever, and yeah, and obviously we were having a drink, and I thought, when are we ever going to do this again? Like, you know, it's 4, and it went till about 4 a.m. So anyway, partway through the night, he's going, oh, do you want another drink? Yeah, go on then, sure. It's just like Nerf going on like the kitchen counter, and I'm like, and he's picking it up, and I'm thinking, he's just a big kid, aren't we all? But, and he goes, and he was wearing these glasses, and he goes, if you can shoot me across the table, and it must have been about from here to probably the end of this room, He goes, if you shoot me in the head with this Nerf gun, I'll give you like a 10 or whatever. And I was like, I'm going to end up hitting him in the eye, regardless if he's got glasses. And I thought, this is going to go wrong. I'm going to, like, he's want some vase or something expensive is just going to go off, innit? But no, I hit him in the head. I've got the video somewhere, but I was like, can I post it? And he was like, no, best not.
Yeah,
So.
we'll just talk about it in a minute.
Yeah. We'll just do it in an interview and bring it up. But yeah.
We'll only tell stories maybe the rest of the week.
Yeah. But
thanks for sharing that.
yeah, no, it was that's probably a funny sort of rock and roll. It's not quite rock and roll, but I think it's like
it.
yeah, I'm not burning any guitars. I'm not at that level yet. But yeah, shooting someone and shooting
Not
Max
throwing
George.
TVs at her.
Yeah, no,
windows,
yeah. No chance.
Good.
Well, my next question was going to be, what advice have you got for people starting out? Do not shoot them with a Nerf gun.
Yeah, do not shoot people with Nerf guns. Don't take Nerf guns to your gigs. I think just getting out there in general, like I said earlier, like, you know, one of the main things for me was to just go out there and really, like, you know, put the feelers out there, introduce yourself. You're never too big to do anything. Like, it's just getting out there and doing it. I think the more you do something, I think it's like you're just going to get better and develop, and it becomes second nature. I mean, for me, like I said to you, I've always had a guitar in my hands. It's never felt weird to go and gig. Like, even when I was doing my first gigs, thinking back, like, it was something I always did. It was just like, oh, people are in front and listening to me now. But I think if you go and do, I think if you just go out and just put it out there and introduce yourself and really try and do everything you can and keep busy, and you're just going to learn and develop. I think that's the best thing. I think technique with guitar, actual like techniques, I couldn't really, everyone's different. Everyone learns a different way. But I think
you're quite natural with that guitar then, aren't you? But my question is, what's the weirdest instrument you tried to play?
my friend had this, like, I think it's a melodica, and it's like this it's got like a little straw, and you like blow into it. It's like a little mouth organ in a way, like a harmonica, but it's like got a keyboard. It's like, sounds like a harmonica, but it's like a keyboard, and you have to blow into it and play it. But like, that was in his room on like some random night out when we were knocking on for him. No, I don't think I will. No, I'll be honest with you, I don't know where that'll put him, but yeah, no, it was a weird instrument. It's just one of them. I mean, I don't really. I mean, my producer, I'm in the studio at the minute, and I've got some new songs that I'm going to bring out this year. And he's on about, like, he'll put like something called a vibra slap in, and it's like in one of the songs in Affections, it's in there, and it's like, it just goes, and it's like, I can't do the noise, don't ask me to do it, it's terrible, but it's like this weird noise, and so he's put that in a song, and then he's after like a tone thing. In the song, like it, like them, like like the Aborigine sort of instruments and all that. And he was like, just chuck it, because we always have a laugh. Like, should we just put some weird instrument in there, but like dead quiet, subtly underneath, so you would never know. But like, so yeah, maybe like a melodica or vibra slap, or like one of these little, just messing around in the studio. Really.
Well,
never taking him a gig though. Never taking him a gig though. Yeah.
Well, I look forward to hearing you play acoustic here in the Red House. I know you played here on New Year's Eve as well.
Yeah, no, absolutely. It was a nice gig, and to be honest with you, I've been busy, and been back up and down the country now, and obviously things are sort of, fingers crossed, touch wood, where it's getting back to normal-ish, and the diary's filling up. But it was nice to sort of be home and do something locally. New Year's as well, and
you had
like
the bagpipes outside as well.
Yeah, I had the bagpipes out in the square, so it was lovely. It was just nice to be back home, and obviously, like, I know a few people around here, and I've been gigging around here. We do Caverswall, I've done that for 3, 4, 5 years, I think. So it's nice to do something locally. It's home, innit? Why not?
Awesome.
What can you go wrong with it?
And we've got a treat as well, because Harry's actually going to perform his latest song. So quickly, Harry, if you don't mind now, just before we go on to your live performance for us on this, if you would just look at the camera and let people know where they can see you, where you're going to be gigging, and new releases. Anything that you can give.
So you can follow me on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter. On my Twitter, it's at Holmes Music, because you can't get a tagline that long. But everywhere else, it's at Harry Holmes Music. It's a pain, isn't it? Yeah. It's at Harry Holmes Music. So I am gigging a lot in Liverpool. I'm on Matthew Street pretty much every week. You can find me there. I'll be in the Peaky Blinders bar soon. I've just booked some dates there. You can go and follow me on my pages, and obviously I'll keep updates on there. So if there's anything that pops up if I'm in your area, come say hi. Yeah, I'll It'd be great. We have a good time. It's great.
Fantastic. Thank you, Harry.
No worries.
We can say we are pleased to meet you. Thanks very much for joining us
Pleased to
today.
meet you.
Right, we're going to get Harry ready for his live performance, so watch this space.
Pleased to meet you. Oh,